Have you ever wondered why married life seems so challenging at times? It's a question that has crossed the mind of many a husband. Marriage, though beautiful, can indeed be a bit of a puzzle, a complex maze with its own set of hurdles that can sometimes leave us feeling perplexed. One of the most common challenges that married men grapple with is communication. It's not just about talking, it's about understanding and being understood. It's about knowing when to speak, when to listen, and when silence is the best language. Take, for example, John and Mary. They love each other dearly, but their frequent disagreements over seemingly trivial matters often escalate into heated arguments. The issue? They're not really hearing each other. They're both talking, but neither is listening. Then there's financial stress, which can be a significant strain on any marriage. Picture this: Mike and Sarah, a couple who are constantly at odds over their financial situation. Mike, a freelance writer, and Sarah, a part-time teacher, struggle to keep their heads above water with their modest incomes. The financial pressure weighs heavily on them, often leading to tense conversations and sleepless nights. The lack of personal space is another common hurdle in married life. For some men, the transition from being a single, independent individual to sharing every aspect of their life with another person can be challenging. Imagine Paul, who used to be a bachelor living in his own apartment, now adjusting to sharing a home with his wife Lisa and their 2 kids. The constant need for compromise and the limited time for personal activities can sometimes feel stifling. Lastly, there's the delicate act of balancing work and family life. In today's fast-paced world, finding the right balance between professional commitments and family duties is no easy task. Think about David, a corporate executive with a demanding job, trying to juggle his work responsibilities with his roles as a husband and father. In all these scenarios, the underlying theme is the challenges of married life. They are real and they are common. But remember, these challenges aren't insurmountable. They're just part of the journey, the ebb and flow of shared existence. Understanding these challenges can help us navigate through the complexities of married life. One of the biggest challenges in any marriage is communication. Communication isn't just about talking, it's about understanding, empathizing, and connecting on a deeper level. It's a two-way street that requires both parties to be active participants. Let's take a look at some real-life cases. Picture this. A husband comes home late from work, tired and frustrated. His wife, who has been waiting for him, feels neglected and starts an argument. The issue here isn't the late hours, but a lack of communication. If the husband had informed his wife about his late-night work and expressed his feelings, this conflict could have been avoided. Or consider this scenario. A couple is planning a vacation. The wife wants to visit the beach while the husband prefers the mountains. They end up arguing, each trying to convince the other. The problem here isn't the destination, but rather the communication. If they had listened to each other's preferences, understood the reasons, and found a middle ground, they could have turned this conflict into a bonding moment. What these examples highlight is that open and honest communication is crucial in a marriage. It's not always about agreeing, but about understanding each other's perspectives. It's about expressing your feelings openly, even if they are negative. It's about active listening, where you not just hear, but understand and empathize with your partner. Remember, every word, every silence, every gesture communicates something. So it's important to be mindful of what you communicate and how you do it. Misunderstandings often arise not from what is said, but from what is left unsaid. Communication is like the glue that holds a marriage together. It helps build trust, resolve conflicts, and create a deeper bond. It's not something that happens overnight. It's a skill that needs to be nurtured and developed over time. In the end, it's about creating a safe space where both partners feel heard, understood, and valued. It's about giving and receiving, expressing and understanding, talking and listening. It's about creating a bridge between 2 individuals, connecting them on a deeper level. Therefore, good communication is the foundation of a strong and healthy marriage. Financial stress is another common challenge in marriages. Imagine this. You're living a comfortable life and then suddenly, a colossal expense comes out of nowhere. Maybe it's a medical emergency, or perhaps it's a sudden loss of employment. Unfortunately, these are not mere hypotheticals. They're real-life situations that many couples face, and these financial storms can wreak havoc on a marriage. Let's take John and Mary, for instance. They were a happily married couple living a middle-class life with their 2 children. However, when Mary fell ill, the medical bills started piling up. The financial burden began to strain their relationship. They found themselves arguing over money, something they had never done before. The tension was palpable, and it all stemmed from their financial stress. Then there's the case of Robert and Linda. Robert was the sole breadwinner of the family, and when he unexpectedly lost his job, they found themselves in a financial crunch. Without any savings to fall back on, they had to downsize their lifestyle drastically. The financial pressure was intense, and it led to frequent conflicts and disagreements. These are not isolated cases. Many couples face similar situations, and often the underlying issue is a lack of financial planning and budgeting. It's easy to get caught up in the present and forget about the future. But as John, Mary, Robert, and Linda learned, life can throw curveballs at you when you least expect them. Financial planning and budgeting are not just about saving for a rainy day. They're about securing your future, ensuring that you're prepared for any financial emergencies that may arise. They're about setting financial goals and working together as a team to achieve them. They're about open communication, about discussing your financial expectations and aligning them with your partners. In the end, it all boils down to managing your finances wisely. Money issues can create a lot of stress and tension in a marriage, but they don't have to. With proper planning and budgeting, you can navigate through the financial storms together, strengthening your bond in the process. Hence, managing finances wisely is crucial in maintaining harmony in a marriage. Balancing work and family life is a challenge that many married men face. This isn't just an abstract concept, but a daily reality that can impact the harmony and longevity of a marriage. Let's talk about John, a high-powered executive. He was devoted to his career, often working late into the night and bringing work home on weekends. His marriage began to suffer as his wife, feeling neglected, became resentful. John's story isn't uncommon. It's a classic example of how a lack of work-life balance can lead to stress and conflict in a marriage. Or consider the case of Mike, a small business owner. Mike loved his work and his family, but he struggled to find a middle ground. His long hours at the shop left little time for his wife and children. His absence at home led to feelings of loneliness and frustration in his wife. Again, this is a real-life example of how work-life imbalance can put a strain on a marriage. But it's not all doom and gloom. Many men have successfully navigated this challenge. Take the example of Sam, a busy lawyer. Sam realized that his work was encroaching on his family time. He made a conscious effort to manage his time better, prioritizing his family without compromising his professional commitments. He started leaving work at a reasonable hour, making sure he was present for his kids' school events, and setting aside quality time for his wife. This brought about a significant positive change in his marriage. What these stories highlight is the importance of time management and work-life balance in a marriage. It's about setting boundaries and making deliberate choices. It's about understanding that while work is important, so is your family. It's about finding that sweet spot where you can meet your professional obligations without neglecting your family commitments. Yes, it's a balancing act, and it's not always easy. But the rewards of getting it right are immense. A harmonious home, a satisfied spouse, and the knowledge that you're not just succeeding at work, but also at the most important job of all, being a good husband and father. Therefore, achieving a good work-life balance is essential in maintaining a healthy marriage. So, what have we learned about the challenges of married life? We've journeyed through the labyrinth of marital life, observing its complexities and challenges. The essence of our exploration is the realization that marriage, like any other significant endeavor in life, requires effort, patience, and resilience. Let's take a moment to revisit our key takeaways. Firstly, we unraveled the importance of good communication. The foundation of any strong relationship is built on open, honest dialogue. It's about more than just talking, it's about understanding. It's about taking the time to truly listen to your partner's thoughts and feelings and reciprocating with empathy and respect. Remember, it's not about winning an argument, but about finding a common ground and nurturing a mutual understanding. Next, we delved into the often daunting realm of financial management. Money matters can be a source of great stress in a marriage, but they don't have to be. It's all about planning and transparency. Discuss your financial goals, budget together, and be open about your spending habits. This way you can work together to build a secure financial future, free from unnecessary tension and disagreements. Then we explored the balancing act. Juggling work, personal interests, and family time can seem like a Herculean task. But remember, it's not about sacrificing one for the other, but about finding a balance that works for both of you. Make time for each other. but also respect each other's need for personal space and time. It's a delicate dance, but with understanding and compromise, it's one you can master. In conclusion, while the challenges of married life can be overwhelming, they're not insurmountable. They're opportunities for growth, for understanding, and for strengthening the bond you share with your partner. Remember, understanding these challenges is the first step towards a happier and healthier married life. Let's take this knowledge and use it to foster a marriage that's not just about surviving, but thriving.